Up, ladies and gentlemen, it's Unique Divination, and you are here for an Urban Mystic workshop. This course is called Introduction to Candle Magic, and it is the first edition. Okay, get your pen and paper out, take notes, and make sure that you ask questions in the comment section. Okay, alrighty, let's get into it. Introduction to Candle Magic. And so, what we will be going over today in this presentation is what is candle magic, color association and zodiac, choosing a candle and candle safety, dressing the candle, herbs, oils, and other things to dress your candle, cleansing before magic, tarot and astrology, moon cycles, and days of the week. So you'll be getting a lot of tools to help you with your candle magic if you're not doing it already. If you are, it'll just enhance what you already know. What is candle magic? Candle magic is a form of sympathetic magic. Okay, sympathetic magic has been an essential tool used in rituals and spells dating back to ancient times. It's the basis for most types of divination work. The key principle in sympathetic magic is the notion that like produces like. Simply put, what is done to something will cause an outcome on something else. Used in spell work for more than 25,000 years, candle magic is one of the purest forms of sympathetic magic. Candles are widely used in rituals to represent people, things, emotions, or influences. The person casting the spell focuses his intent to influence the desired outcome signified by the candle. You're going to need to create a space where you feel comfortable, safe, and you can focus on the job at hand. Noises from outside can be muffled with earplugs if you have others in the house that make it known that you are not to be disturbed. Better yet, wait until you're alone or find a space outside your home where you can work your magic without interference from others. Your workspace does not need to be fancy or large. A small table or space in the corner of a room will do. However, make it a special place, a permanent place if possible. If this is difficult, consecrate whatever space you're going to use before beginning your work. And hold on, ladies and gentlemen, I have to plug in my laptop. Bear with me just a second, please. I didn't realize I didn't have it plugged up. Moving on. What types of candles can be used for candle magic? Candle magic is used to help manifest your goals. Candles that are carved into specific shapes, including those of the male and female form, are commonly used in sympathetic magic spells dealing with romantic issues. Womb or phallic shaped candles are common in fertility spells. Skull shaped candles are often used in spells relating to health and healing. Candles shaped like different animals have specific meanings as well. Cat-shaped candles represent cleanliness, while wolf-shaped candles signify wisdom. Dog-shaped candles represent loyalty, and bear-shaped candles represent motherhood. The symbolism and power associated with sympathetic magic has led it to be one of the oldest and most popular forms of magic. Incorporating these rituals into your magical practice is a magnificent way to bring healing and prosperity to those in your circle. Now, vigil candles, they are the candles in the glass jar, and depending on how big they are, can burn anywhere from 3 to 14 days, depending on the size. Pillar candles, these candles are standalone candles that burn down and really shouldn't have a lot of melted wax. Taper candles are long and skinny and are used for quick spell work, and birthday candles and tea light candles are used for quick spells as well. A small, fast burning candle wouldn't be appropriate for a 7-day ritual, and a large gas encased candle may be overkill for a quick 1 hour ritual. But remember, you can adapt any candle to any purpose. If a need arises and you only have birthday candles, then you can successfully use them. Candles are made of paraffin or beeswax. Paraffin will suffice for most rituals. Beeswax is better for some. Solid beeswax candles are expensive and are rarely required for a successful ritual. The shape of the candle is usually secondary. You can get specially shaped candles for specific purposes at magic specialty shops. They come in all sorts of shapes, like male and female, or genitalia, or shaped like people, various animals, or objects. It is not necessary to have shaped candles unless you have difficulty focusing on the task without them. So, again, just to kind of add on that, if you don't need it, if you have a really good visualization, you have strong manifestation, you can focus really well, you don't have to do it. You don't have to get any type of shaped candles. I work with shaped candles for my clients. For me personally, in my own personal work, I don't need them. But I use them in my business because it just helps my clients feel better. Because also, I take pictures of my work, I show them, so it helps them visualize what I'm doing and what it is that I'm trying to manifest for them. So, like if I'm doing a love spell, I'll use male and female candle along with a vigil candle, and sometimes along with like little birthday candles or something. So it all depends on your focus. How good are you focusing, your intention, and how good are you at manifesting things, and how good you are at visualizing, right? Visualizing things like with your eyes closed and stuff. So that's a really big factor. And, if you really need to use, uh, uh, you know, uh, like a shaped candle or something. I've also used vaginas and penises in love spells. I've used cats. I've used hearts. Um, you know, and again, this is all for business. For me personally, all I need is a vigil candle, and maybe, I'll do a pillar candle also. Candles should be lit with a long stick or butane lighter. Something about the sulfur in matches interferes with a clear ritual. In a pinch, light a piece of paper to light the candle, or light the match away from the candle and let it burn past the sulfur before lighting the candles, if you only have matches to use. Don't ever use broken candles or candles that were used for other purposes. Broken candles can be melted down to make new ones. Add colored crayons to color white ones. Never blow out your candles. Always snuff them with the candle snuffer or fingers. The reason for this is that the breath carries power, and you will use your breath when charging candles. An abrupt proof of breath can disrupt the delicate energy balance of the ritual you carefully wove. Okay. Also, yeah, no, not also. Sorry. Candle safety. Never leave a candle burning unattended. Let me stop for a second because I'm about to hit you with the parent thing. Okay, do as I say, not as I do. So if you see here, I do use safety with my candles, but I'll get into that. Let me explain a little bit more. So always place your candles in a bowl of clean water, one bowl per candle. The water serves as an offering and to keep the candle safe. Hoodoo candles, once lit, should ideally be allowed to burn themselves out. Completely fixed candles work stronger if you don't interrupt them while they burn. If you don't feel comfortable letting the candle burn without interruption for the time it takes for it to finish, then snuff out the flame. Do not blow the flame. Blowing the flame blows the intention and the spirit of the candle. If you must snuff the flame, when you're able to relight it, pray to your candle with strong intention. Tell it what you need for it to do. Focus on what you wish to manifest and speak it into existence as if you already have it. Burn the hoodoo candle away from flammable materials. So we're going to go back to this picture. So I do. Um, I will use the water in the bowl with the vigil candle. And sometimes I don't. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I will just have the vigil candle on my altar and I will let it burn. That is at my discretion. I'm not going to tell y'all to do that because I'm just not going to, right? Like I said, it's do as I say, not as I do. Um, Other things that now, where to place the candle? You can place the candle if you don't want to leave it on your altar. If you don't have an altar, you can put it in your bathtub. You can put it in your sink, in the bowl with a little bit of water. Okay, that's perfectly fine. I've had clients that will leave candles burning in their sink. If you don't feel safe leaving your candles burning, as I stated earlier, go ahead and put it out with your finger. All right, or snuff it out if you have a snuffer, and you can relight it. Okay. It is always good to leave it, just like I was saying earlier, to leave it burning. But if you can't, it's okay. There's been times where I've had to put out vigil candles or pillar candles because I didn't feel safe leaving my home or going to sleep with the candle lit. So I put it out. So it all depends on how you feel, your atmosphere, what's going on, okay? But I'm going to say always never leave a candle unattended. All right, choosing our candles. Most practitioners of magical systems will tell you that the size of your candle really isn't important. In fact, really big candles may be counterproductive. For instance, a candle that takes 3 days to burn can be highly distracting to someone working a spell that depends on the candle burning all the way down. Typically, a short taper candle or a votive candle will work best. In some cases, a spell might call for a specific type of candle, such as a 7-day candle or a figure candle to represent a particular person, a form of sympathetic magic. One of the most popular candles, believe it or not, is the little menorah candle sold by the box in the kosher section of the grocery store. They're about 4 inches long, white, unscented, and thin. Because of this, they're perfect for spell work. You should always use a brand new candle for spell work and not candles that you burned at the dinner table or in the bathroom the day before. According to some magical traditions, a candle picks up vibrations from the items around it once it starts to burn. If a used candle is already tainted by vibrations, some people believe it will lead to a negative or ineffective magical outcome. So, in my own personal work, I will use a vigil candle. I don't use standalone candles or pillar candles or table candles only if I'm like doing client work or I have a really serious like issue that I need to do. If I don't, then it's going to be a vigil candle and I'm just going to let it burn out. Color association and the zodiac. Choosing the proper candle to use during a candle ritual is crucial to its success. The colors of the different candles represent specific intentions. The colors are also connected to the zodiac. An important component of candle magic that you will learn about is color. You will use different colors of candles for different purposes. Color therapy is widely used in both mainstream mental health fields and in metaphysics. Different colors radiate at different frequencies and have specific effects on our minds and bodies. There are vast numbers of books written about the power of color. Red signifies courage, health, power, sexual love, and lust. And this is associated with Taurus, Gemini, Leo, and Capricorn. Pink signifies friendship and sweet love. Purple signifies power, spirituality, and meditation. Yellow signifies protection, persuasion, and attraction and success. Orange signifies encouragement, attraction, and adaptability. Gold signifies business endeavors and financial gain, and is associated with Virgo and Sagittarius. Blue signifies depression, vulnerability, health, and patience, and is associated with Aquarius. Green signifies financial gain, fertility, abundance, luck, and employment, and it's associated with Cancer. Black signifies negativity, repelling negative energy, healing disease, and banishment, and is associated with Libra. White signifies purity, truth, protection, and peace, and it represents Pisces and Aries. Brown signifies things related to the earth and or animals, and it represents Scorpio. And silver signifies intuition and lunar connections. Candle prep and inscribing. Writing on the candle or the glass that encloses the candle helps focus energy and enhances the ritual's power. You don't have to know a runic or magical alphabet to have powerful inscriptions. Any letters will do, as will drawings and symbols. Inscribe with a sharp instrument. On glass, write with a marker, nail polish, paint, or whatever will make a clean inscription. Some practitioners say to write so your inscription reads from wick end to base. I've done successful rituals when in writing just about any possible direction. Also, for my vigils, I use index cards. The little index note cards, I draw sigils on there, symbols, I write on there, and I tape it onto the candle. I also create my own candle. So, depending on how deep you want to get, how much you're invested in this, if you're a business, you want to create your own candles. Also, If you're listening to this lesson, then I want you to know that I've included some of my own personal resources that I have in my Urban Mystic library. So you're going to get a resource on magical alphabets, okay? Because I just love you guys so much, all right? Use your own judgment for what is right for you in the particular ritual work you're doing. Write or draw anything you feel is right for the work. It could be names, date, birthdays, keyboards, symbols, or drawings of what you want. For example, if you want to stop someone from gossiping about you, maybe draw a picture of the person and draw a big X across their mouth and a big line across the eye so he or she will not notice what you do and not talk about you. You can also press symbolic objects into the candle, crystals, drawings on paper, coins, whatever represents your goals. For instance, for my vigil candles, I put pyrite, my money attraction candle, I put pyrite stone in there. I'll put money in there. So you can put, things in there that'll help represent. The most important dressing for your candle is color. Although white candles can always substitute if you can't find a specific color. Preparing your candle is called dressing it. Many books and practitioners give complicated instructions on how to properly dress a candle. However, time and practice has proven again and again that the simple way is the best and the most effective. After all, you want to keep your energies focused on the outcome of your ritual and not worrying about the nitty details of dressing your candle. It's a bit like spending so much time dressing for a party that the party itself is a disappointment. Dressing is important to focus the energies of the candle and to dissipate the energies of anyone who's handled it before you. This would include the manufacturers, retail clerks, customers who handled but didn't buy it, and anyone else who touched the candle before you did. The term dressing is usually applied to rubbing the candle with specific oils. However, using breath, wrapping, and inscription are also part of the dressing process. Use an appropriate oil to dress your candle. You can buy prepared anointing oil and or use specific oils to increase the effectiveness of your intentions. Also, I sell oils, my money attraction oil, my road opener, blockbuster. So make sure to visit my website at www.uniquedivination7.com, and I have some oils that you can use for your candles as well. All right, you can also use plain olive oil as an all-purpose dressing oil. Some practitioners say to use the same color oil as your candle, but we found that that isn't really true. The color of the candle is usually the color of the oil is usually not important. Some traditions teach that the correct way to dress a candle is to rub the oil from the center of the candle up toward the wick and then from the center down toward the bottom. From experience, it makes no difference which way you rub your oil. Just be thorough and focused on your intention for the ritual when you do it. Each time you use the candle, it must be anointed anew. For example, if you're using a candle for a ritual that requires you to light it for a while, put it out and wait for a number of days, then relight it for the second installment of the work. You must anoint the candle again before lighting it. Now, there are going to be times where you forget to anoint it before lighting it and all that. It's okay. It's clearly okay. Like, all of this stuff doesn't have to be followed to the T. Okay. As long as your focus and intention is okay, you'll be okay. All right. Now, as you can see here, we're moving on to oils. And here's a picture of my handcrafted money attraction oil. It is very potent. When it comes to using oils in hoodoo conjure work, many people might get caught up in the condition oil trap of believing that you have to use a specific spiritual or condition oil and nothing else will do. Of course, this belief is not true. Spiritual oils are great to use, but there's also a ton of oils available that can be used. These are types of oils you can purchase at your local supermarket or other nearby places, with many having a traditional use in this practice. Below is a list of some of the oils I have found available. Remember that these oils can be used as they are with no added ingredients, or they can be used as a base oil for any spiritual or condition oil which you would want to prepare. Vegetable oil or soybean oil is used as a base oil and is good for any work as long as the food type smell is not an issue. So before I even go any further, a base oil is what you use to create your oil. So the base is what you're going to use. Like for instance, in my money attraction oil, my base oil is the grapeseed oil. That's what is primarily in the bottle, right? And then I add my other ingredients, but the base is my grapeseed oil, just to kind of give you an understanding of what base means. All right, so we've got canola oil and rapeseed oil, and this is good for survival work, steady work, used in the industry before food, enemy work. It was originally toxic rapeseed oil. Olive oil, which is good for peace and an all-purpose. Coconut oil, which is good for domination, confusion, and enemy work. Grapeseed oil, which is good for prosperity and money drawing. Sesame seed oil, which is white, is good for removing obstacles of protection, money drawing, and luck. And the black sesame seed oil is used for confusion and enemy work. Flaxseed oil is used for protection, healing, and fertility. Safflower is used for sex, especially to draw in the same sex. Hemp is used for healing, prosperity, tying up enemies, and enemy work. Corn oil is used for prosperity, used for enemy work in the Brahariya tradition. Sunflower oil is used for protection, prosperity, healing, and anything good or positive. Peanut oil is used for prosperity, cleansing, and reversing, and enemy work. Walnut oil, the white kind, is good for increasing psychic abilities, and the black kind is good for destroy or break love one has for another. Avocado oil is used for prosperity, sex, and male fertility. Palm oil is used for spiritual work and attracts spirits. Castor oil is used for healing, banishing, and enemy work. Almond oil is used, well, the sweet kind is used for its all-purpose base. I use sweet almond oil in my love attraction oil. Okay, it's good for all things also, money, love, luck, health. The bitter almond oil is good for enemy work. Truffle oil is good for luck, wealth, and treasure. Chili oil is good for banishing, hot foot, reversing, and enemy work. Mineral oil is good for enemy work and could be used as a base oil. Rose scented mineral oil for hair and skin is for love. Baby oil can be used as a base oil. It can be found with different scents, such as lavender for love and calming. Tea tree oil is good for healing and cleansing and casting off evil. Used motor oil, old and black motor oil, is good for enemy work. Always burn this outside if you're going to dress up your candles with it. A suitable replacement can be made with mineral oil and lamp black carbon oil. Caution, do not burn candles dressed with used motor oil in your home. This is the halfway mark. Other tools you can use. And so before we start, so look at my little setup here. This is part of my altar. And as you can see, I said that I don't always use the bowl with the water. But you can see here I have a pillar candle on top of a jar with a dish, right, to catch what's going to fall down. Now, if I feel like things may get too hectic, if it's burning kind of weird, see this altar cup here filled with water? I may pour that a little bit into the dish, right? So that's just something I do. Like I said, do as I say, not as I do. If you feel comfortable enough, if you're experienced enough and skilled enough, to not have to use the bowl with the water, then that's fine too. But I'm going to recommend that you do. You can use crystals, tarot, divination, or inspirational cards, statues of gods and or goddesses, pictures of masters, angels, or whatever, and whomever you feel is are helpful and uplifting. Pictures of ancestors or present people in your life can also add power to your ritual. Incense is good to use to purify the atmosphere. Sage, sandalwood, or patchouli are common scents as well. So for me, I might set up like a tarot card next to the candle, whatever it represents. I'll set a tarot card next to it. Let's go back to my picture here so you guys can see what I've got around it. I've got La Santa Muerte, two of them. I've got plants. I've got water, holy water. I've got Rosa Jericho. I've got a money bag. I've got a vigil candle with a pillar candle with a jar. You see my sage there. I've got ancestor money that I'm burning. So I have, and this is just a small screenshot of my altar. I have a variety of tools that I use in conjunction with candle, right? Use whatever you need to make your space or altar as powerful, pure, and holy as possible. A candle lighting calendar is a handy tool. It lists the best time of days for certain rituals and gives a wealth of miscellaneous useful information about candle magic. Choose an environment for your practice that is private, peaceful, and where you feel safe. I also use glitter, crayons, markers, color pens, and sigils to magnify my candle magic. Herbs to use. And so this particular, because this is money work, this is actually for a business. Um, this is patchouli on this candle. This is patchouli. So there are so many herbs that you can use. However, I've listed the ones that I personally work with the most, okay? And on top of that, not only are you going to get the magical alphabet PDF resource that I'm going to include, you're going to get a book about herbs, okay? Magical herbs to use. So I'm going to bless you with that too. And you're welcome because I love y'all. So these are the herbs that I work with mostly, not all of them, but on a regular basis, I will be working with these. So we've got patchouli, which is used for money and prosperity, love and fertility spells. Cinnamon, used for blessing your sacred space, magic tools, love spells, lust spells, money drawing, protection, sex magic, speed up spells, and success spells. Basil is used for money, wealth, love, and protection. Cayenne pepper is used to help remove obstacles and blockages and used in banishing spells and can be used to speed up spells. Rose petals are used in love spells and enhancing feminine intuition, protection, and good luck. Lavender is used in love spells, attracting men, banishing harmful spirits, happiness, long life, and purification. Star anise is used for luck, increasing psychic awareness, keeps away nightmares. Bay leaves are used for banishing negativity, cleansing sacred spaces, and breaking curses and money drawing. Devil's shoestring is used for hex breaking, curse breaking, protection, hexing, and cursing. Mugwort is used for protection and psychic abilities. Mullein is used for substitution for graveyard dirt and protection. Rosemary is used for cleansing, clarity, purification, and love. Sage is used for cleansing and purifying sacred spaces and tools. Tobacco is used for protection, hexing, court, and good luck. Abre Camino is used for road opener, removing obstacles and blockages. Five finger grass is used to manifest anything your hands can touch, usually used with Abre Camino for road opener. Graveyard dirt is used for love, protection, and money. All right, timing, because timing can be important if that's something that you want to focus on. I personally, it depends on the situation. Generally speaking, I really don't care about timing because the type of magician that I am, I don't have to necessarily do it, but there are times where I like to align and use timing in my candle magic. Timing by the planets and astrological signs play a part in candle magic. You don't have to be an astrologer to use these forces, but a basic understanding of the nature of the planets and signs will give you more mastery over the craft of candle magic. There is a handy chart included in this book. However, you may want to do some independent study on your own. Moon phases are important for timing your ritual. Waxing is for building. Waning is for decreasing. There are 2 times in a month when candle magic is very potent. During the new moon, from the beginning of the phase to the 16th hour after. To bring something into your life, increase, add, or strengthen something, use the new moon. Full moon, from 4 hours before through 12 hours after. To make something go away, decrease, eliminate, or weaken something, use the full moon. With the correct phrasing, you can either use moon for the same thing. To decrease pain, use the full moon. To increase pleasure, use the new moon. The results will be the same. The new moon begins things. The full moon ends things. Everything, every action, every activity has both a beginning and an end. The beginning of something new always comes on the tail of the end of something old. But what about the time in between? The quarter moons are for reinforcing. First quarter, waxing, for reinforcing what you want to bring in, increase, manifest, or strengthen. Third quarter moon, waning, for reinforcing what you want to release, push away, banish, eliminate, decrease, or weaken. Use the quarter moons with the ceremonies to reinforce what you did on the new or full moons. These phases stabilize your work. Tarot and astrology. A suit of swords, air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Suit of wands represents fire, Aries, Leo, and Sag. Suit of cups represents water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Suit of pentacles represents earth, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And just as I mentioned earlier, again, I will use tarot cards in my candle magic. I will sit whatever card I feel like is associated with the type of work I'm doing. I will sit it next to the candle work to help represent and help manifest. So we've got Aries, which represents dynamic manifestation, energetic growth, birth of new potential. Taurus represents stability, security, self-substantiation, expression, permanence. Gemini represents mental expansion, self-development, connectivity, and union and duality. Cancer represents internalization, emotional bonding, birth, giving form to that within. Leo represents outward expression of self, courage, creativity, strength, determination. Virgo represents harvesting, integration, self-realization, analysis, self-improvement. Libra represents balance, karmic law, way and measure, and practicality. Scorpio represents desire, passion, regeneration, renewal, decay. Sagittarius represents expansion, transformation, spiritual awareness. Capricorn represents materialization, order, structure, sacrifice, and achievement. Aquarius, higher mind, relatedness, selflessness, unity, consensus. Pisces, spiritual waters, the psychic realm, dreams, faith, and sacrifice. Also, another thing I want to bring up as a reason to use tarot and astrology, because, say, for instance, I'm going to use my sign, Capricorn. When my birthday comes around, I want the best things to happen for me. I want great things to manifest for me. So I may do some energy work during my birth month to represent, sacrifice, achievement, or, whenever the moon's in Capricorn or so take this information and do what you will with it as far as aligning your candle magic with astrology. You'll be amazed at the kind of manifestation that you'll get. All right, cleansing yourself before candle magic. Okay. You may not always do it all the time, and it don't have to be done all the time, but I think that it's important to understand how great it is to be in a certain have a certain energy field or aura before you do candle magic, right? And so it's important to understand that the attitude that you go into this work with is the gauge of what you'll get out of it. If you're skeptical, fearful, uncaring, your results will be tainted by these emotions. No matter what the auspicious time or day for doing the work, if you're not in a good place emotionally, just wait until you are. Enter into the work with respect, determination, positive attitude, and focus. You should feel steady and strong. Know that you're doing this work for the highest good of all involved. Magic done in anger or for revenge will backfire on you and you will suffer for it in some way. It must be done positively. Gonna put a little disclaimer in here because personally, again, this is just for me. That doesn't matter for me. I've done work in anger and I've done work for revenge, and it doesn't backfire on you if you don't believe in karma the way the general population believes in karma. Okay, karma is just a result of the actions that you take, and sometimes there are consequences, there are good or bad consequences. So I personally don't believe in karma, but I put that in there for all of you that do believe in karma. Because if you can't handle doing something out of anger and you're going to think it's going to come back to you, it will come back to you. Okay, so for those of my experienced practitioners who understand that karma is not literally, oh, if you do something bad, you'll get something bad back done. Because if that's the case, why is Trump still around? Why is the government still around? Why do murderers roam free, child molesters roam free? So again, I don't think people really understand what karma means. And so if you can't handle, doing things out of anger or doing things for revenge, then don't do it. Okay? Because it will backfire. Not necessarily from you, you know, getting revenge or doing something in anger. Okay? But I'm just going to put that in there. Guilt over asking for something to come to you will also taint the work. Know that you are deserving of what you asked for and accept it with grace and thankfulness. It is most important to cleanse your body, mind, and aura before starting a ritual. Depending on the outcome you're going for, a cleansing can be a duration of 1 minute to 6 months or more before starting a ritual. You can't bring in what you want until you clear your aura of clutter, or clutter consists of any emotional garbage connected in any way to the outcome you want. It also consists of other emotional garbage that might block clear energies in your spiritual work. Anger, resentment, jealousy, confusion, self-deprecation, guilt, and such are emotions which keep the aura in turbulence and prevent clear energy work from being done. Your results will be disappointing if you don't clear first. Other aura clutters comes from other people. I have yet to do a ritual where I needed to cleanse myself for 6 months. Okay. There have been times where I've had to cleanse myself for a few days or maybe up to a week before a ritual, but I've never done something up to 6 months. Depending on the type of work you're doing, you never know. It may need to be done. I haven't done it so far. All right, so in our daily lives, we interact with lots of people whose minds and emotions are in turmoil, dark, clouded, and convoluted. Sometimes, or I think often, we take on some of this aura garbage from others without even knowing it. Astrologically, the water signs of Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces most easily absorb other people's aura garbage. If you don't have your sun in any of these signs, find out if your moon or rising is in a water sign. The result is the same. Eventually, the aura garbage will affect how we feel and think, but immediately they affect your ritual work. What is in your aura can and will go into the candle. So, I'm a Capricorn sun, a Taurus moon, and a Cancer rising. And I'm also an empath, so I take on any and everything. So there are times, like I said, where I'm burning candles, just burning a vigil candle, cleansing candle, or doing, spiritual baths or stuff, maybe a week up to, or like a couple days before I actually want to do some work. Because I do take on energy. I've learned how to block it out, but I can't block out everything. And so, this is what I do to help me. And so for baths, incense, oils, and visualization. A ritual bath is necessary for optimal magic. Like I said earlier, it's not necessary, but if you want the most out of what you're doing, it is necessary. Bathe just before your ritual. Center your thoughts on the subject of the ritual. Imagine a light of protection surrounding your body. You can also say a prayer or repeat an affirmation or a mantra. Prepare a bath with sea salt. Epsom salt or baking soda can also be used. I also have a detox spiritual bath. If you want to go to www.uniquedivination7.com, you can also purchase that for your cleansing as well. Okay. Throw some oils and some herbs in there also. All right. These things cleanse not only your physical body, but your auric body as well, and they charge the water. Cleaning your body and clearing your aura prevents interference with the magic from any chaotic or dark energies. Salt is best, but you can also use beer. Salt is a ritual element for many ancient spiritual practices. Light pleasant incense in the bathroom. Put on some soft music if you like. Have the lights low or use candlelight. A handful of salt will do for a normal sized tub. Also put in fragrant oils if you like. It should be compatible with your astrological element. Earthy scents for earth sign, perhaps spring flowers for air signs, or deep scents for water signs. Use your own judgment. The important thing here is that the fragrances be pleasant for you, regardless of your astrological sign. Make the water temperature pleasant. Unplug the phone, lock your door, and remain undisturbed by others in the outside world. Submerge yourself as much as possible into the water and relax. Do this every day until you're ready to begin the work. Usually one bath per ritual will do. However, if you're working on a complicated ritual with lots of complex emotions involved, you may need to do it more. You'll know because you will feel calm and steady and focused and centered about the subject of your ritual. If you begin your ritual too soon, no harm done. It simply won't work as well as you want it to. Cleanse some more and begin again. The moon and astrology. Astrologically, you're most powerful if you do your candle work during a moon sign that is compatible with your sun sign. You can do the work even if the moon isn't in one of your moon sign compatibles, but it will take longer and you must work with more focus. Aries, your compatible moon signs are Aries, Gemini, and Leo. Taurus, your compatible moon signs are Taurus, Cancer, and Virgo. Gemini, your compatible moons are Gemini, Leo, and Libra. Cancer, your compatible moons are Cancer, Virgo, and Scorpio. Leo, your compatible moons are Leo, Libra, and Sag. Virgo, your compatible moons are Virgo, Scorpio, and Capricorn. Libra, your compatible moons are Libra, Sag, and Aquarius. Scorpio, your compatible moons are Scorpio, Capricorn, and Cancer. Sagittarius, your compatible moons are Sag, Aquarius, and Gemini. Capricorn, your compatible moons are Cap, Pisces, and Taurus. Aquarius, your compatible moons are Aquarius, Aries, and Gemini. Pisces, your compatible moons are Pisces, Taurus, and Cancer. Elementals and the planets. And this also is tied into tarot cards as well. As you see here, we've got elemental fire, judgment, elemental earth, world, elemental air, fool, elemental water, the hangman. The planets, Mercury is represented by magician, Moon is represented by the high priestess, Venus is represented by the empress, Jupiter is represented by the wheel of fortune, Mars is represented by the tower, Sun is represented by the sun, Saturn is represented by the world. So if you wanted to take any of these cards and incorporate them and set them next to your candle magic, that is fine. It is absolutely fine. All right, the sun equals self-consciousness in the will. The moon represents emotional self, imagination, instinct. Mercury represents your individual mind, intellect, and reason. Venus represents the desire nature, love, relatedness, pleasure, and material prosperity. Mars represents vital energy, sexuality, and ambition. Jupiter represents expansive growth energy and good fortune. Saturn represents materiality, restriction, limitation, and self unknowing. Fire represents intuition, spirit, action of the will, and inspiration, creativity, energy, initiative, goal directed activity. Earth represents sensation, materiality, strength, endurance, growth, reliability, practicality, and accumulation. Air represents thinking, thought, spoken and written communication, strife and conflict, expressions of the mind. Water represents feeling, the action of the emotions, love and affection, dreams, desires, fantasies, pleasure, friendship, social activity, romance, and receptivity. So these are the days of the week. I forgot Sunday, but I have it on my calendar, so I'll just read it when I get to it. Actually, I'll read it now. Sunday is, of course, the planet Sun. It's ruled by Leo. And let me see here. Colors, planets, days of the week, and gemstones associated with the 7 major chakras. These colors and planets are based on ancient Vedic astrology and not based on modern New Age ideas. The sun in astrology is about vitality and is the core giver of life. Okay? It's associated with being the most generous and noble of all the signs. And Sunday is considered a timely day to improve one's sense of vigor, approach a well-respected authority figure, or even to figure things out. Also, whatever you begin on this day is likely to succeed. That is Sunday. It's not listed on this. I'm going to fix that later. Monday is planet moon. It's sacral chakra, orange, and it's associated with emotions and fertility. Tuesday is planet Mars, and it's associated with the root chakra and the color red, and it's associated with primal needs and survival instincts. Wednesday is represented by planet Mercury and the chakra above the head, which is green. Also, it's associated with the brain, infinite network of interrelated communication. Thursday is planet Jupiter, third eye chakra, blue, associated with higher mind, wisdom and intuition, and higher learning. Friday is represented by planet Venus, and it's the throat chakra and indigo, associated with creative expression, beauty, and creativity. Saturday is represented by planet Saturn, heart chakra, violet, associated with contraction and expansion, heart beating, the seat of consciousness, and has the highest vibration. Okay, so say if I'm gonna get some examples. Say if I wanted to get pregnant and I was doing candle magic for it, I would do it on a Monday, right? Because it's represented by fertility. If, I wanted to work on my communication with my significant other, I would do some candle magic on Wednesday. Planet is Mercury, and Mercury is also associated with the Magician card. So I could do the candle magic on a Wednesday and then set the tarot card Magician next to my candle. Um, in order to work on the communication. So the materials that I brought up, I spoke about you getting a magical alphabet PDF. I'm also going to give you Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs, and I'm also going to give you a dish on reading the candle reading. I said a dish. A PDF on candle reading by Hoodoo Delish. Okay, and it's going to help you understand how to read your wax of your candle. Okay. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and I assure you I will answer them. Okay? If you want to send me stuff because you love me or you want me to promote any of your stuff, you can send that in to me at P.O. Box 1156, Newcastle, Delaware 19720. Address it to Unique Divination. My phone number, if you want to text me or hit me up, is 302-650-9317. My email address is uniquedivination@gmail.com. And for my digital content, you can go to Gumroad at Unique Divination, okay? Thank you so much for your support. I hope you guys got a lot of valuable information out of this lesson. And once again, please leave questions, because what I'm going to do is the questions that you ask, I'm going to make a second edition. I'm going to archive this, create a second edition, and go from there. Okay? So I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.